Time than right now. While you're here, take advantage of huge savings on new Ford trucks. Get more than $10,000 off from select new F-150s while they last. You must hurry. They're going fast. Over $10,000 off on the best-selling truck in America for 39 straight years. You can also take advantage of money-saving, low interest rates on new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Our new, bigger showroom means more inventory, and that means bigger savings for you. Come to the house at Good Serviceville and buy from Mike Butch Ford, and we'll give you 5 free oil changes following 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty.
If you're looking for an incredible deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle from the dealer who has always put you first, stop the search. Call the all-new Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear.
This is Sammy Dixon saying thank you. Thank you very much for your business.
All right, 3 minutes after 8 o'clock, you're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO-FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial. Tuesday morning, right slap in the middle of the month, 15th day of March. Butch Hubbard here with you. We're going to have, kind of cloudy this morning, becoming sunny, high today near 86. The Omaha river level's at 10.4 feet, and a very good chance of sand gnats, right, y'all? We were just talking about sand gnats a moment ago. And currently here in southeast Georgia, we have 62 degrees. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, and it's brought to you by Mike Butch Ford in Blackshear, by Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway, and also brought to you by Parker Insurance and Realty, located on Macon Street in downtown Jessup. And Bob, we got some very special guests here this morning with us on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
We got some celebrities in the studio today as they captured the world on Biggest Loser. We've got the Wrights in with us, and appreciate y'all coming in. And we got Pam from Velocity Health and Fitness Center.
Pam, let's go around to Pam first. Let her kind of set the stage here. Pam from Velocity Health and Fitness Center is here with us this morning. She's the one that lined up bringing the Wrights in here this morning. Tell us a little bit of how you got involved with the Wrights and how it's kind of set the stage for everybody, how the Biggest Loser, how they got involved with the Biggest Loser, how you're still helping them, that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't know that I'm still helping them because they good. They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing, huh?
No, but I've just been blessed. I've known Hope for a good little while, and then finally got to meet Colby, that they have just used my facility when they're home and in town. And I don't know, the Biggest Loser contacted me and wanted to know about them using the gym during the time. And I was like, well, they already used the gym. So, yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right.
So from there, we've just been followers and become good friends. Besides them being famous, they're still a good friend. I mean,
it's still good friends.
Yeah.
Just hometown, Scriven, Odom, Jessup folks, right?
That's right. When you meet them, you gotta love them.
Yes, sir. And Colby, go ahead and say that one famous line. Everybody out there is waiting for you to say your famous line. Go ahead, Colby, say it.
Well, you can't buy thin, Mr. Bob.
All right.
That's it's kind of funny that all that even come about. We're on the treadmill and we're just running, and it's kind of one of those deals. With Bob Harper, he's kind of like that dad. It's like he's telling you that they're putting the opportunity for you to tap out, but in the back of his mind, he's like, please don't tap. Mm-hmm. And so that's what they were doing. They were trying to push us. They were trying to see if there was, if there was going to be a weak point, if there was going to be a weak spot in your game. And, it's tough, you had the opportunity to change your life with money, for us, we're very, not pretty fortunate, but very fortunate that, it wasn't going to take just, winning the lottery to get us out of debt. And, when the opportunity showed up for us, we could have tapped and took the money and rolled out. We'd have been debt free for a little while, but I'm sure we'd have found something else.
How much money was that if you tapped out?
At that point in time, I'm pretty sure it was $20,000 a piece. So
is that right? About $20,000 a piece. Okay, at that point. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the first thing come to my mind was like you can buy a lot of stuff but it all comes down to the person, person itself, and it's the individual work. But you can buy a lot of stuff, but you got to earn some things in life, and that's what it was all boiling down to. And I've been pretty fortunate. I've always been kind of quick on my feet. I tell them all, just because I talk slow doesn't mean that I think slow. So.
I'm not selected for the show. Millions of people want to be on the show. How'd you everybody's familiar with the show, but how did you go about?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy the way everything worked out. A friend of mine from when I was working at Mr. Woody Folsom's, he had tried out for sales. His name's Philip Woods, and he's tried out a couple times. And Philip says, let's. He filled out his application again, and he got to the end of it, and it was a team event this year. And he came to me and he said, hey, you want to go? And I was like, you know what? It's our anniversary weekend for Hope and myself, and I was like, this will be cool. We can go to Atlanta, do this whole interview audition thing, and we'll see what happens. And it just kind of worked out that they, unfortunately, they chose me over Philip. And yeah,
and he's the one that helped.
And he's the one that actually set the whole thing up. Man, it's just kind of crazy because here I am a week before the audition. I have no plans on going on The Biggest Loser. I had seen the show.
You had seen the show before.
I had seen the show before and just never really thought nothing about it. Well, next thing you know, we're in the auditions, and I get a call back from one of the ladies from California. They're like, we're going to let you go to the next round. They said, well, what do you got to have a partner. I'm like, I don't know anybody right offhand that can just take off in a year. I said, I'll tell you what I got. And all the ladies out there probably going to get mad. I was like, you know what? I've got kind of a pudgy wife at home that might would work out perfect for this. And they're like, how pudgy is she? I said, pull her up on Facebook, and sure enough, they're like, that's perfect. So, and that's where the whole thing started.
Just started like that from a recommendation from a friend.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, I owe everything. My buddy Philip, if it hadn't been for him, the whole thing wouldn't
have. Was he proud of you, jealous of you, a little bit of both, or what?
Oh, he's super happy. I mean, he's proud, and he's doing great over at Woody's, and he's actually been promoted, and he's had a lot of good things happen to him to listen to.
Colby and Hope right in here from Wayne County, of course, from The Biggest Loser. You made it all the way to the end there, to that last one. We're all sitting out there at the Jessup Drive-In, and we're having a great time out there. Finally, we get the phone call through, and everybody can hear you, and you're getting ready to go out there on stage. How was that experience of that last evening there?
Oh, it was super great. First of all, they just treated me like a celebrity the entire time. They put me up in my own hotel. Just all the amenities, working out, they'd send somebody over like for a massage and, hair and makeup and the whole shooting. It was just like being a TV star, and we sure enough.
Well, you were.
I keep forgetting. I guess I was there for a few minutes, and it's just cool. I got to my dressing room, and you walk up there, and there's your name, and there's the star over the door. It's got Colby Wright on it, and I'm like, this is just.
Did you take some selfies in front of that?
I did not. I didn't.
Man.
I should have.
Yeah, you should have.
I should have. I'm sure there's one somewhere floating around.
All right.
But we had such a good time.
It sounds that way. How was it like being a dude putting makeup on?
You know what? The lady that put it on was very professional. I'm not gonna lie, it's the first time I've ever had any type of makeup on.
You're not admitting that's the first time?
I will admit it was the first time.
Oh, it was the first time.
It was the first time,
yes. No wonder there,
yeah, first time putting makeup on. Luckily, it didn't take a whole lot, when you have a face like this.
Oh, yeah.
We've always laughed. My daddy used to always tell me, son, he said, you got a face for radio. So it's always, you got a thick enough beard, you can hide it all.
All right. So you did keep the beard on the whole time, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
You did. And did they have any problems with that, or that's fine with them?
Oh, no. At first, they were like, we're going to cut it off. We're going to cut it off. And once I, kind of told them the story about Daddy and how he had a beard and all this other, then they're like,
okay, we'll just leave it on there.
No way.
Just leave it on there. So tell us the physical and the mental struggles that y'all had to go through. Let's start with you, Hope, on getting there, putting yourself up on stage, and then in front of everybody, and then trying to go through that losing weight. How was that?
I don't think, honestly, I don't think any of us really thought about it until it actually came on television. That was a big thing for us, is we'd not, there were things we'd really not told people, until we got on national television. So over Christmas, we were calling friends, we were calling relatives, because there were things that you don't really know what they're going to show.
No, you don't. They film all the stuff.
Well, you're filming 4 days of a 7-day week, and so you're putting that into an hour episode, and you just really don't know how everything's gonna come across. And so, like, with us, I think it was just, like, getting out there to try to, make sure people understood, And then once you see yourself on television, you're like, wow, by that point, I had been home quite some time. And so people were seeing me on television. I had so many people say, you don't even look like that anymore. I can't believe you look like that. And it's like one of those really eye-opening things where you don't realize, what you've done to your body. I guess that was the big thing for us.
And how many weeks you were on there, Hope?
I was on there 3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay. And you came back home. You didn't stay out there with Colby, right?
No, and I did come home, and I was hidden for about a month. I kind of would come to the gym really quickly, and I didn't do a whole lot. I didn't buy my groceries. My mom actually went and bought my groceries. I just tried to lay low because to them, they still wanted it to be, they didn't want people to know I was home just yet, because they knew if they figured out I was home, then everybody would want to know where Colby was at. So I kind of, I wasn't very out in the public a lot. And so, but honestly, like when I came home, my biggest thing was like, I knew like I could come home and do this at home, where as in Colby, if Colby would have came home, it would have been a totally opposite effect, I felt like. And I felt like he needed to be there. So,
now, have y'all both always had trouble with weight, or did it start a little later on as you got older? Because you're not that old as it is right now, but still, was it one of those things you've always fought most of your life, or what?
Yeah, I've always been big. Like I've never, when I graduated high school, I weighed 275 pounds. So I've been, and I gained quite a bit of weight right there at the end, right before the show started, actually. We were staying in hotels. We kind of lived it up there and gained quite a bit of weight right there at the end, because for a month we were pretty much in kind of in solitude, And a lot of, I would love to tell you, we just, unfortunately, we're contractually bound not to say something. But anyway, but, it's been crazy. My whole life I was always big, but heck, I felt like I was pretty awesome person being big. Also I used to tell them all the time, heck, if I'm this great being fat, you ain't gonna tell me what's gonna happen if I thin down,
I like that, a man with confidence. How about you, Hope?
I guess, yeah. I've always been heavier because I played ball and stuff. So, but after I quit playing ball in college, I kind of, you get on that whole come home, eat home food, eat out all the time. And so, I had steadily kind of climbed or whatever. But other than that, when I was in high school, I was athletic. But, it's just one of those things where once you get out of that, then you don't know what to do with yourself. You're like, okay, so I'm used to doing all this. So what do I do now? So, I think that was a big adjustment for me.
Well, a lot of athletes have that problem. And, the fact that they're burning up all those calories all those years while they're young, they're able to eat basically what they want to, do what they want to, and then once they get through with sports and just kind of settle down, then the weight starts coming in.
And I feel bad for them because they don't know what to do. They don't know how to go back to working out in the gym. They think, oh, well, I have to go 90 to nothing. Well, honestly, you don't. It's just moving every day. Like if that's one thing they told us in California, it's, number one is your nutrition. You have to worry about what you eat, what you put in, and for us, that was a big thing for us because coming from the South, it's all about food. You go to a birthday party, we eat. We go to church, we eat. After church on Sunday nights, you eat. You eat, and it's like for us, they had to get us out of that whole mentality of you're just eating for entertainment. You're actually eating to fuel your body.
Right.
And so once you get to that point, and it does take a while. It's something we still struggle with because everybody wants to eat. Oh, let's go eat. Let's go eat.
Yeah. Everything's evolved around eating.
Exactly. Yep. And so with us, it's taken a lot, but to those people, it's not. Moving every day is the big thing. You need to move every day.
Move every day.
Dr. Huizenga would tell us 90 minutes, 6 days a week. You can take a day off, but not at least 90 minutes of
for the total of the week. Okay.
For a hard, continuous workout.
Okay, Colby and Hope Wright here from The Biggest Loser here from Wayne County. Now, what is y'all official? Is it Scriven? Is it Odom? Is it
Caveville?
You live in Caveville.
Oh my gosh,
because everybody says different. Because I lived in Caveville for about 2 years. So.
Right.
It's crazy. We're some of the few proud of the Triple Crown, we call it.
Yeah.
We actually. We're in Appleton County. We have an Odom address and a Scriven phone number. So when it gets time to pay taxes and vote, it's like, where do they go? It's a coin toss.
Well, it's like when I lived for 2 years. I lived right across the county line over in Appleton County down Caveville Road there, and it was Appleton County, but the address was Bristol, which is in another county.
Yeah.
And then it's really weird, when you get in that area. So what is y'all's routine now? You've gotten through with The Biggest Loser. You've had your 15 minutes of fame, but it's continuing on, isn't it? Y'all got stuff lined up for a while.
Yeah. You know, for me, like on days that I don't work or whatever, I try to go to the gym at least twice a day, 90 minutes, 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But at least go to the gym once a day.
Right.
You know, and put in at least an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Is that a combination of cardio and strength training?
Yes, sir. For me, especially like with the show, because they kind of took weights out of the picture for me after probably about the fourth or fifth week. And just really went to just cardio, trying to run a lot.
Right.
So now, you know, more strength training, somewhat of a CrossFit kind of exercises and stuff is what we learned. I've got to where I really enjoy boxing. So
boxing,
I love to go, you know, hit the bag and
good.
You know, great workout, and you know, it's fun.
Okay, what about you, Hope? What are you doing right now in terms of working out?
Well, I don't have a job, so I work out every day.
So you're down there with Pam and the gang just going out, huh?
Exactly. Like, I just hang out all day. What are you
But we're taking applications if anybody needs an assistant. Just to put a shout out.
So Hope's looking for an assistant job?
Any job.
Any job.
But like, I mean, I have thoroughly enjoyed, you know, it's like funny because, you know, like today we was spin this morning. And so it's like, oh gosh, what do you do? But I mean, I do the spin. I do there's a couple of classes that I really enjoy. And like, I have some girls that every morning at 5:30, like we're at the gym. Like, it's like, you know, if somebody's not there, you're texting them, okay, what's wrong? Where are you at? I mean, and it's just one of those things where, you know, we do a lot of different stuff. Like we do a lot of cardio. We might throw in some CrossFit every once in a while. But I mean, to me, it's just like staying moving. Like, it doesn't matter exactly whether it's to run the bleachers or to run down Orange Street like I do most mornings. I mean, it's just like staying busy, staying moving, like not sitting down, not stopping.
Okay, now if we went to y'all's house right now and looked through the cupboards and the refrigerator, is the healthy food in there? Do we have...
It's actually pretty good right now. You know, I can say that. Because I mean, most of everything you eat.
That's the temptation.
Oh yeah, that's the hardest part.
If you have it in your home.
Oh yeah, if you got it there, you're gonna eat it.
Oh yeah. It calls for you out of the cabinets and refrigerator. You can hear it.
Just
you can hear it.
Come on in here.
See, you put it in there.
Yeah.
Did you figure, 80% of like losing weight is diet. And
80%.
The other 20% is sleep and exercise. So I mean, if you don't, you can't outwork a bad diet. And I tell everybody all the time, and I am not a nutritionist. Let's go ahead and throw this out here. Not a
nutritionist. Colby Wright is not a nutritionist.
If you look at your plate, you cut it up in four pieces. You need one needs to be a protein, the rest needs to be vegetables. And it's just that simple. It's like, what's the magic? What's the magic to losing weight? You just gotta want to, number one.
Yeah, burn more calories than you take in each day.
Exactly. It's pure science.
Yeah. Yep. So tell us a bit about scheduling. Before we went on the air, y'all talking about these events that you have to go to. What is y'all's schedule for, let's say, the next few weeks? What are y'all involved with? Who's booking you?
I know, it's crazy. My mom.
Your mom?
My mom, she's all about keeping me busy. She actually called yesterday about going to speak at a church. But we've got the Ducks Unlimited banquet this weekend. And then that's Saturday night here at Sybil's.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yep. Okay. Monday, we'll be speaking at Velocity about Let's Move Wayne. Wednesday, we'll be going to the Exchange Club. April 1st and 2nd, I fly to Dallas. I'm speaking at a health conference. And there is
you see, that's what's good about this. It helps you keep it off because you got to prove everybody that you've actually changed. If you're out there in front of people, you have to.
Exactly. We just got a lot of other things. And, we've, hopefully, I've got a trip coming up to go to Japan to do some USO stuff. And and there's some more TV stuff that's getting bounced around.
There is?
Yes, I'm very excited
now,
about that.
Now, is that about The Biggest Loser, or is that another type of TV show?
No, it's different type of TV.
You're married, so you can't be on The Bachelor. So
cannot be on The Bachelor, no, sir. So we got our fingers.
Is that a reality type TV show?
Yes.
Okay, I know you probably can't say stuff, but I'm just kind of trying to give folks a hint. Reality TV show that you both, what?
It would just be me.
Just be you.
I will say it has to do with dancing. So I just leave it at that. That's, you know.
Oh yeah, I can see you up there dancing with the stars.
Well, who knows? Who knows? You know.
Pam, do you know anything about dancing? Can you teach the Colby how to dance?
Well, I would be honored to attempt it. You know, we had the Dancing with Stars here in Wayne County, and I did not win.
You did not win.
I had a great instructor, but yes, I would attempt to.
You would attempt that.
Yeah.
That would be great, because we'd love to be able to see this continue on. I mean, it was just amazing your Wayne County hometown type of personality and the way that you spoke. It just connected with a lot of folks, millions of folks nationwide, didn't it?
Oh my goodness, it's so crazy. We actually, spur of the moment, we went, and one of our friends from the show, Miss Vicki Clark, she was in Savannah, and they do a missions trip where they feed the homeless down on River Street. Is it River Street? Anyway, so the next thing you know, we were working. Actually, we were doing a tire flipping workout because we didn't have nothing else going on a Saturday. You didn't want to go pick up pine birds in the yard. So next thing you know, you never know when an opportunity is going to show up. And sure enough, you know, we went down there to meet with them, and next thing you know, we've got an air mattress. We're staying at the Baptist Savannah Baptist Center, and the next morning we get up and, you know, we find some clean clothes, shower, and, you know, we're helping feed the homeless, and, you know, helping out, you know, feeding their souls and feeding their bodies. And, you know, it just it's so cool, the opportunities that's come up in just a short amount of time that you know, since we've been off the show.
Okay. Colby and Hope right in here, biggest losers, of course, from Wayne County. Colby getting the top 3, and the story that you told afterwards of why you took the 50,000 instead of going and giving up those 3 pounds. Did you have any? You didn't get to see the other guys. You had no idea what they were. Why did you decide to go for that 50,000 instead of and giving up those 3 pounds?
You know, for me, I had all the research that I've done on the show. You need to do a loss to at least 45% of your body fat,
okay,
to even be a contender. And I just knew that I wasn't going to. I knew I wasn't going to get there.
Okay.
And after this person reached out to me and, you know, told me the story about, you know, how they had planned on taking their life, and how the show had changed their thought process about the whole thing. And I was like, you know what, if nothing else happens, I'm already, you know, I've been searching for this reason. Why did I get picked? Why did I do all this? You know, why was I, you know, a part of this? And, you know, I feel like that was one of the main reasons I was there. So for me, I'll take, you know, I just took the money. I was like, you know, I've done my part. If I lose by 3 pounds, I should have worked harder. You know?
Yeah, so you took the 50, but you still had a chance to win the 250, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
You
I mean, I was like, and for me, coming from a rodeo background, like, there's been lots of times I've left the house and been like, man, I wish I could have just won third. So, like, for me, to go ahead and have the money,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, go ahead and take it. I mean, it's better, you know, what is it? One in the hand's better than 2 in the bush. So,
but you waited to the last second for you.
You gotta build it. You got to build it up.
That's what they tell you. I knew
they did not tell me that. You know,
but you did it.
I did it. I'm like, you got to ham it up a little bit. You're gonna be.
But you worried that one of the other guys may hit it too?
Oh no.
No, you weren't worried about them hitting it.
Negative. When they didn't hit it right off the beginning, I knew they wasn't going to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was just my gut feeling.
That was your gut, and it paid off.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't gas. So,
It was a true gut feeling.
It was a true gut feeling.
True gut feeling. Yeah. Okay. And so this is basically, it's changed y'all's lives. And you look better, you feel better from what y'all said here on the show and in other situations that we've seen and heard you. And so this is a lifestyle that y'all plan on keeping now. Is that right? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Definitely keeping it.
Okay. Definitely keeping that lifestyle. Pam?
They have definitely not just changed their lives, they've changed Wayne County and other surrounding counties. But for Wayne County, it's got them up and moving, and that's why the city, Micah Kicklighter has done the Let's Move, and it's kind of kicked it off. And Hope and Colby's been a big part of that, trying to motivate people, or they are motivating people, just being in the gym and everybody watching what they're doing. They're still under the spotlight, that's for sure. But I mean, Wayne County's just so proud of them.
Okay, we have a text line. I forgot to mention this. We have a text line at 912-427-3711. It's our regular business and studio line, but people can text it. It's text enabled, 912-427-3711. If you have any questions or comments for Colby and Hope Wright this morning, we do have one here. It says, you see a lot of people who have lost a great deal of weight only to gain it all back. Do the trainers on the show give y'all any advice of what you need to do to keep the weight off?
Well, I think a lot of times, like with us now, they're actually doing a different study this year following Biggest Loser, because a lot of times it does happen. They're actually, Dr. Hazanga, which is the doctor on the show, is going to follow us for the next year. And to kind of help us with the ups and downs, because you realize, like, once you get home from the show, you can't do what you did there. Right. There's no way you can work out 8 hours a day. I mean, even like with me going, I mean, there are some days I'm at the gym 4.5, 5 hours.
Wow.
And like, they're still like, hope you can't do that. Your body can't do that. You're going to have to take it back. And it's like, but you get to the point where you have to realize that, you know, losing weight has been great, but am I happy with my body? Am I happy with what I look like in the mirror? I mean, it all comes down to that. But I think for us, it's more of, you know, people see us every day. I mean, people follow us around Harvey's wanting to know what we eat. They would like to know what groceries we buy. I mean, but it's like you said in the beginning, I don't have a magic pill to tell you that, you know, you're going to lose, you know, 20% of your body fat. Like, I can't tell you that, you know, this is what's worked for me and Colby may not work for you. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. But, you know, like with us, it's more of mentally you have to change yourself. And it's like you said, if it's not a lifestyle change, then you're going to go back to the same habits.
Yeah, it's not going on that fad diet. You can't do that. It can't
be a diet. You have to look at it as, I'm just going to live more healthy.
Right.
And
that's all there is to it.
And with us, like, we got, like, it's funny because Miss Pam was just reminding me, like, we had an amazing trainer when we came home with Stephanie Harper. And, like, with her, that was Stephanie's thing. Like, even now that we're done with the show, like, Stephanie's like, okay, so let's talk about it. Like, is there anything that you're doing that's not working? Or, you know, what's working this week, Hope? You know, like with me towards the end, I could run the bleachers a lot where everybody else was like, oh my gosh, it's 40 degrees outside and Hope's outside running. But for me, that was what was helping me lose weight. Mm-hmm. And so with us, like, you know, with Stephanie and even like with Miss Pam, I mean, they're all like still there saying, okay, you know, is there anything else? And another thing people don't realize is when you leave the show, like you still have Dr. Cheryl, which is our nutritionist for the show. You still have Dr. Hogan, which is the psychologist you can call. You still have Dr. Hazanga, which is the, you know, our medical doctor for the show. And there's still like different people that you can still reach out to. As a cast, there's 16 of us. Like, we're all pretty we're pretty tight. I mean, there's every week, you know, something's going on. But I think a lot of people, when they don't realize, you think, oh, well, when you come home, you know, all this stuff has to change. It does have to change, but also, like, you have to get into that routine. Like, okay, a big thing for us is meal prepping. Sunday afternoons in between church, that's a big thing for us. We like to go ahead and make our food for the week because for me, then I can't stray away from, you know, I can't think, oh, well, you know what? I really want that Sonic cheeseburger, or I want that Blizzard from Dairy Queen. That's what we wanted this week. But I mean, for us, I mean, it's just, you know, it is a lifestyle change. It changes your outlook for the rest of your life. It's not something that you can just do and decide, oh, well, I can go back to eating what I want. I can't do that. Like, it still has to, every day, you know, we also have that battle of, you know, choosing to eat healthy.
Right. You go over to family and friends' house, do they cook healthy for you now? They don't put out the fried chicken and mashed potatoes? And...
Yeah, everybody's been really cool about trying to, like, stay on the path and I mean, everybody in Wayne County, like, I went to our little diner there in Scriven the other day. Mm-hmm. You know, they're starting to do wraps now, where they'll, you know, you can get a hamburger and instead of getting a bun on it, they'll do a lettuce wrap, and they're trying to do some grilled chicken. So I mean, a lot of people they're trying, and they're finding out that, you know, small steps make huge leaps and bounds later down the road. Okay. Everybody's just been great. So. Okay. You know, it's kind of hard because it's a gradual process from where you're at in your weight and where you are now. But how do you feel different physically? Can you say that? Oh yeah, physically is awesome. I mean, just the only side effects you're going to get from all this is just awasomeness. Awesomeness. I mean, just awesomeness. I mean, that's the only side effect you're going to get. It's been awesome, honestly. Okay. They, you know, you can get up in the morning, you want to go run, you want to go do stuff. I never thought I'd want to go do a 5K or a 10K or, one day we just struck out and 20 miles, during Christmas, just to say we did it.
Mm-hmm.
You get up and you want to go do stuff, and that's the biggest thing. But you gotta want to do it. That's the problem is. It's easy to just want to sit down, but you got to want to do it yourself.
Yeah, and that couch has a big voice. Come sit on me. Come sit on me.
Like when he talks about, you won't have to want to do it. Like there are days that, guess what, we don't want to go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like those are the days that we fight the hardest to get there. I mean, that's the days that we are fighting, everything, our circumstances, our bodies. I mean, there are definitely days that we could lay in the bed and not go to the gym.
Does it make it easier having a partner there that one don't want to go, the other one thinks we're going, that kind of stuff?
Like he's my accountability.
You gotta have somebody there to want to do it, because it's tough to want to sit there and just do it all by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have, if it's not your wife or your friends do it, you got to have somebody, and that's where the gym comes in. Like, it's so good to you surround yourself with good people and that upbeat lifestyle, and that's what it is.
You got Pam there, she's a firecracker. She's Mr. Psycho there. I mean, you go down there and she's there at Flossie, man. She's just bouncing all around there. Yeah.
She's all about it. We'll be there flipping tires. Said, Colby, I think you could do one more. You've always got to have that coach in your ear.
Well, you come over and do it, Pam. I can do one more.
She's out there.
The first time I ever saw flipping tires was on the movie, the 300 movie about, the Spartans and so forth. That's the first time I ever seen, because those guys were getting in shape by flipping tires. What does that do, flipping a big old tire?
It just wears your body out. It looks cool.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. That's the main thing. That goes back to awesomeness.
Did you see The Rock and Justin, it wasn't Justin, it was the other actor, competing in tire flipping the other day?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, The Rock just ate him up. God, who was that? Bob, you remember who the actor was? They're on something together now. And Zac Efron. That's right. Zac Efron. He's on the Baywatch, new Baywatch. That's right.
Anytime they want to step by Velocity, just let me know.
You gonna challenge Dwayne Johnson?
Anytime he wants to.
Anytime. You, Dwayne Johnson, 101 at Velocity, huh? In tire flipping.
Any place.
I mean, basically, Rock just called him a girly boy, because he just beat the turkey out of Zac. Because Zac's looking buff now, because he had to get buff to be on Baywatch,
Right.
And I mean, he's looking buff, but he's no Dwayne Johnson. He's no Rock. I can tell you that when it comes to strength.
He's no Colby Wright.
He's no Colby Wright either.
That's right. Go ahead and just load the wagon up, Rock. I'm right.
That's here. Right. Come on, Dwayne. Okay, let's see what else we got here. For Colby, let's see here. For Colby, has he been recognized by fans while out and about places in Wayne County, other than Wayne County?
Yes. We were very fortunate, as soon as we went, we flew from LAX to Atlanta, and as soon as we get in the airport, people were like, great job, and that was really cool, because figure, this is Los Angeles, there's a lot of things going on, lots of different people, and for them to already be recognizing us out there, I thought that was pretty awesome, because we left there, flew to Atlanta, got in the truck, and actually drove to Texas, because we're fools. And, we should have just went to Dallas and laid up. But instead, we drove with some friends out there, and just everybody all over every gas station that we went. It's crazy, because they tell you on the show all the time, they're like, millions of people are going to watch this.
You don't think about that.
You don't think about that, and you say something, and you never know how they're going to take it or how it's going to be looked upon, and see. You get some good things, lots of good things. And then, you'll get your every now and then someone's like, man, I couldn't stand you. Of course, we've been pretty fortunate.
Yeah. Bob and I get that. Bob and I get that.
Bob, I can imagine. Yeah.
Bob and I
Bob gets that a lot. I have to confess. I probably bash Bob every now and then,
You bash Bob?
Every now and then.
Why?
Man, it's like, I'm like, come on, Bob. It's like, back. It's gone. Come on, Bob. Look. Put it on the board. But it's all in good.
But then he gets excited. He gets fired up and going at it. When you're winning 12-0, here comes another run.
Here comes another one. Yeah, but I mean, that's the whole. That's the fun part. And you have to have skin to do this type of stuff.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
out there and put yourself out there. I mean, Doesn't matter what level or where you're at.
Yeah, I got blessed out the other day when I got off there.
It's coming.
Somebody called me up and ripped me up sideways, forward, backwards, up and down, and everything else. So it just comes with the territory.
Oh yeah, I mean we caught lots of slack on the show. Whatever you say, they can use it however they want to. So you have to be careful.
You got to be careful. Now, so once again, let's go back to your famous line. You can't buy thin. You just happened to just kind of blurt out. How did you come up with that line?
It just comes natural.
Did you have that Did you trademark that? Have you got apparel on it? Is it selling online anywhere?
Yeah, I'm having to work on that. There's some legal issues. NBC still owns me for a year. Thanks, NBC.
Hi, welcome to Colby Wright here, owned by NBC for.
Yeah, exactly.
When you sign that contract, you're legally bound.
You're still legally bound too for another year, right?
For a year. I mean, they pretty much can tell you what you can and cannot do for a year.
Wow. So, but they can't own that line, can they?
That's what we're trying to figure out now.
That's what we're looking at. So
we'll put together a local attorney team here in town. Exactly. They'll donate their time to help you get that line.
Exactly.
They'll donate their legal services. The lawyers out there listening say, "Yeah, right, Butch."
Yeah.
But Colby, we are just so proud of you here from Wayne County. It's just watching y'all on there and seeing the transformation that y'all went through and just representing Wayne County just in a fantastic way, and helping putting basically all of us here in Wayne County on the map,
Oh yeah, it was fun. We had a lady the other day. She said, "My gosh, they're from Caveville. Let's hope that they're not just real trashy on TV." Oh my gosh! I couldn't believe it. I'm like, well, thank you, ma'am. I'm like, there are decent people that live out in the country.
That's right, there is.
Just because we don't have sidewalks, out there, we're out there. I would just figure we're a bunch of country bumpkins. Anyway, I thought that was pretty good.
Are you still working, Colby?
I'm shoeing horses again.
You're shoeing horses?
Shoeing horses. So I'm just kind of bouncing around, just kind of
trying to where we have that flexible schedule so you can go.
Exactly, because I just kind of hate to get tied down right now with all the different. I mean, there's not a lot of jobs where you say, "All right, boss, I'll be back in a week."
No, there's not.
And then next Tuesday I'm going to be gone too, and then probably Thursday. So I mean, it's hard to work for somebody and try to keep up our schedule, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, good. Good luck, hopefully, in that next TV adventure of yours.
Let's hope so.
Now, did you say that your mom's line that's for you, or actually have a rep through NBC?
They can call us.
Yeah,
we're pretty open about, and that's like, I was telling this family, we've had people they'll stare at us in Walmart because they really don't want to talk to us. And I'm like, just say, "Hey, how are you?"
Just say, "Hey." I mean, you're the same folks.
I'm not going to bite you. I'm not going to, unless I'm on the telephone or something. But no, you can just call us. I mean, we're both on Facebook. I mean, if something happens or whatever, I mean, you can just give us, send us a message. That's what we've had people, they want us to talk to churches or groups or whatever. And we're all open for that. It's not a big,
And apparently there's a 5K run for every event in life. Everybody, that has been the one thing I was like, I cannot wait to get home and not have to run. It's like,
everybody,
would you please come to
this 5K?
Yeah, everything's a 5 for a 10K. It's kind of crazy. I had no idea. So it goes back to the whole lifestyle change. So now it's get up on Saturday morning and let's go run. So
okay. So the whole Biggest Loser thing is the event has been a very positive part of y'all's life, and you're glad that you went, right?
Oh my goodness! I'd sign up tomorrow. I'd do it again.
You did?
I'd do it again. I had a blast.
They worked you hard there, didn't they?
Oh my goodness! By the end of probably the last week that I was there, my morning would consist of I would get up and I'd run 5 miles on the treadmill. I'd get up at 6. I'd do 5 miles on the treadmill. Then get off the treadmill, we'd wear weighted vests, and we were in the mountains there in Calabasas. So I'd do 5 miles hiking in the mountains, come down, breakfast, shower, go do 2 or 3 hours of CrossFit, go do an hour of boxing, and all in between this, we'd eat 6 times a day. We were constantly eating something, always watching our calories, but always eating.
Right.
And then we get done and we do 3 to 4, 5 hours of cardio at night, and then you go to bed. And like for us, we had no cell phones, no TV, no radio, no nothing. So like there was nothing else to do but work out, and like for me, sometimes I would switch it up and like I would swim 8 to 10 miles a day. I mean, and it's just hard. And I think that's why a lot of people have such a hard time when they come home is just when you go from working 8 hours a day to coming home and like, all right, I got to try to squeeze in 90 minutes. It is hard. And that's just where you just have to just focus on your diet and, that's where it's at.
90 minutes, you said 5 or 6 times a week, 5 times?
Yeah, that's what we try to do. And like
that's what you try to do, but a lot of folks could get by with 20 or 30, couldn't they, Pam?
Exactly.
Oh, yes, whatever. Make it a family fun event. If you can't make it to the gym, find something to do. Summertime's coming. Find something to do with your family outside. It does not have to just be in Velocity, which I'd love for everybody to come to Velocity. But, make it a family fun event. That's what it's about. It's about, like he said, it's 80% of what you eat, 20% of what you do. But just move.
Okay, that's why they said at the beginning, just move. Just keep moving. Keep moving.
You'd be so surprised that, like, when you get done eating supper, if the whole family would just get up and just walk.
Wow.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be nothing crazy. Just that last meal, they used to tell us all the time on the show, they said, you're not going to starve to death between 8 o'clock at night and 8 o'clock in the morning. Just get up and walk. And you would be so surprised the type of results you will see that if you don't eat those late night snacks, and if you just move just that little bit right there at the end of the day, just move your body.
That's what they say. If you do something every day for 21 days, it becomes a habit, something like that. Isn't that right? So y'all going a lot more than 21 days. Just so proud. I know everybody's got to go here, but we're just mighty proud of y'all here from Wayne County and the way that y'all represented Wayne County and the way you're continuing to do that. And y'all just good Wayne County folks, and we just appreciate the way that y'all carried yourselves, and Colby, the way the folks that just continued to push for you all the way to the end there. So many people wanted that, and hope you were right there encouraging him and getting him going and being right there. Now together, you're working together on all this, and we're just I'm just so glad that all this has happened for y'all, and we all feel a part of it. It's amazing. We all feel a part of it as being a fellow Wayne County.
Oh yeah, it's been good, Dr. Majors, their whole office, they have been so awesome about everything. Shout out to Brittany Ogden there. Oh my gosh, I bet she is probably right behind my mama, one of the best supporters that we've had. Like she's awesome. Anyway, I gotta help Brittany out here every time you get a chance. She's awesome. She's a great person. Her and my mama, Karen Thompson now, mama has just done just leaps and bounds. I mean, everything that we could ever imagine, Mama's helped out, her and Jody, and it's just been, you can't do it without a whole tribe of people to keep this thing going. It's crazy.
All right. We do love when those folks know the fact that this interview this morning here on the Butch and Bob Show. The Butch and Bob Show is recorded. It'll be on BigDogCountry.com under Butch and Bob Show a little later today, both the audio and the video. And so if folks can go and watch and listen to this Butch and Bob Show this morning, because the camera's right up here, but it's very fuzzy. So you can listen or watch this Butch and Bob Show for the next couple of weeks on our website at BigDogCountry.com. Colby, Hope, thanks for coming in. Wish y'all the best.
That's right. Thank y'all, and thank you, Wayne County.
All right.
Done it without y'all.
Okay. All right. WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, the world famous Butch